massage service, I'm very intuitively led, so every massage is different, and what led me down this path was injuring myself in strange ways when I was a child, and I've always had this huge fascination with the human body and its ability to heal itself, and also its ability to what we perceive as harming itself. I don't actually look at the body as harming itself. It's sending us signals and warning signs in what we call symptoms for us to address. And an easy way for me to describe this is this week my eyes have been stinging. And instead of being like, oh no, I've got a problem with my eyes, I was like, what is my body trying to tell me that I need to change to bring my body back into more alignment? And for me, it was actually not looking at screens so much, which is also why I chose not to put together a presentation today, because why put myself into a position of ignoring my body's signaling to me by staring at a computer screen for even longer. I know that most people in this room are actually going to leave here, drive to wherever, and spend probably a good few hours of their day looking on a computer screen. So we're all in those sorts of situations. I have a background as well. If we're going to, I'm not a huge big believer in that we're defined by our qualifications, because to me it's more about our experience and our continued education and interest in what we learn, and that's not necessarily always defined by what we just put on paper. Similar to like what Katie said, she does have a lot of qualifications, but she's got all of the different experiences that really make her stand out in her fields. I love that when it's like fields even, not even just one. And so on paper, I am a sports trainer, a remedial massage therapist. I've had my first senior first aid certificate since I was 12 years old from coaching dancing. But in reality, I'm much more than that. I have a background in luxury spa management, and working in other luxury spa properties. And to me, it's really about creating that unique experience based on what the person on the table needs at that time, which, as you're all aware, how you felt this morning when you first woke up to now is very different, and how you feel after lunch to after dinner tonight is also going to feel very different. And so I do just want everyone to take a moment to just close their eyes. If possible, put both feet on the floor or on the bar of your bar stool, and just take a moment to take a big deep breath in and then let it out, and just bring some awareness into your physical body, and just see if there's any points that you feel a little stuck, that the breath and the air is not flowing freely, and just take a moment to set an intention of that you will be changing that today. When you're ready, open your eyes, and AJ, can I get you to come up here?
Sure.
So AJ only found about this morning when he was like, oh, you're going to give us all a massage? I was like, fine, we'll do something with you. So let's actually bring the chair up. Sit on your chair, please. So how would you normally sit at your chair when you're at your desk?
Normally, yeah. I'm supposed to be sitting upright, but normally I'm straight.
Okay. So one thing I want you all to try doing throughout your day today when you're at work, sit up in your chair, try to elongate your spine as much as possible, bring your shoulders back and down, like AJ just did naturally, hold your arms out to the side, but face your palms forward. And from here, I want you to tighten, contract all the muscles down your back, down the back of your arms and all the way to your fingertips, and just hold that for 10 to 15 seconds. It's going to seem like the longest 10 seconds of the morning. And then shake it out. Give us a good shimmy there. That was not the best shimmy, but okay. Thank you for demonstrating it better, Anita. That just helps to remind your muscles that there's a different position, and to bring some more awareness to it. So one of my passions is that actually bringing people back into their physical body and seeing how their muscles are feeling throughout their day. we do end up holding a lot of tension. Again, there's particular pain patterns that a lot of people end up in when they're sitting in a desk position all the time. And so it's really good to add little bits of movement such as that, even if it's only for 15 seconds into your day. Another one that people like a lot is every time they go to the bathroom or to the water cooler, they do 10 push-ups or 10 burpees or 10 squats. Maybe not suitable in every office space, but it's just something to be mindful of, because bringing that awareness back to your body allows you to really acknowledge and accept where it is and then work on improving it. To me, and sort of what Anita alluded to, massage and self-care is preventative measures so that we don't get to that point of, sorry, you can sit back normally if you don't want to sit that. If you don't want to get to the point of feeling that overwhelm, stress and burnout, it's good to take care of yourself in those little pockets of your day, but then also factoring in larger things on a weekly, fortnightly or monthly basis. And one of my passions is really working with people for that longer period of time, like what Anita said as well, because you get to really, it's sort of like the same as growing your garden or working on your business. The more you put into it, the better it's going to serve you and set a really solid foundation for later in life. Another reason I'm so passionate about this is because I come from personal experience with my mother having a autoimmune disease, which I'm more susceptible to. Or I was told that about 10 years ago, and thank you, that's not going to be happening. I've also been in a position where I have allowed a job to end up basically ruling my life and taking over it, and that ended up with some health ramifications. And so I'm really passionate about working with people with where they are and where they want to go instead of it being reactive. And so that's something that I would really like to focus on more and more. Does anyone have any questions? Because I know that we're short of time, so I just wanted to throw it out there. Does anyone have any questions or any muscles that they know they typically get that tighten up in them and they'd like to know a little stretch or something that they can do for themselves? Manuel.
What is your opinion on stand-up desks?
Like any desk chair or a ball chair, I think they have a place, but they also, it depends on the individual who's using them. Because all of us know that you can easily stand there at your desk and put still all the weight through one side. There's also the fact that if you have done a really hard gym session or you've tripped over or anything and you've got a mild sprain to your ankle or anything like that, standing at the desk with gravity, you're just going to impact the inflammation and the lymph return. So I personally think the adjustable desks are better so that you can alter them and stand or sit depending how it is, but also even though you're standing, making sure you're walking around every hour to 90 minutes to activate your lymph return, which is really going to help as well.
We saw those. On top of that, other good solution, if I may add, is get one of those anti-fatigue mats, if you want, that takes the pressure off your feet.
What is it called?
Anti-fatigue mat.
Yeah, they're really big and punchy like
Really
this.
big.
Not good with stilettos.
So you can cut them away and get
Yes,
Good thing for the bedroom.
Since I'm the guilty person for everybody having what we call CSS, computer strained shoulders or like that.
You're going to give us all a massage.
No.
I like that idea.
When I go in store, I always put the monitor at the right height. As the monitor comes up, guess what? That comes back. And everybody's on a laptop, they're all hunched over, and they're like this. Get the laptop up, get your screen up, your body comes back. You read the instructions when you buy a new computer. It's all about work health and safety, but everybody goes out to the bin and doesn't RTFM.
No, that's actually a really good point to bring up because when computers first became really commonplace, they developed, they named a syndrome called upper cross syndrome, which was that arms forward and that. I've not heard this term so much here in Australia, but in Canada and America, they have a new term that's called tech neck, which is from actually looking down. And so it's the shortening of all of the muscles at the front of your neck with weakening of the ones at the back of your neck. And when you think about it, a lot of people will hold their phone down and look down at it while they're texting, whether it's in a room like this or especially when they're walking. But for those people who also do this at home, and especially when they go to bed, just be conscious of it, because a lot of the time when people think about it, they actually curl themselves up into the fetal position and hold their phone. But because they're in the fetal position, this is going to be really weird, but they're basically like this, and so they're doing the same motion. And pretty much every single person that I've massaged in the last 6 months has had really tight muscles in the front of their neck, and a lot of the time they're not aware until they're not aware. Yep. And the pec muscles, it's the whole, instead of it just being the shoulders and the chest, now it's really affecting the neck. And if you want to go even further down that, the posture of the neck is then affecting the jaw and the tongue posture, which will affect your breathing and also your stress. It's so many, my God, Chev and I could have hours and hours of conversations about this, but it's all interrelated. And so that's another reason why I keep saying that massage is actually a self-care preventative measure. Yes, Chev?
Yeah, and if I can just echo that, I guess what massage does is it entices a proprioception, which is your body's ability to know where your muscles are at any particular point. So it's bringing awareness. And often people will say, oh, I didn't know I had that massage. Oh, I didn't know I had that muscle there. I didn't know I had pain there, and all those trigger points. So the more hands-on you are with your body, the more you're able to then connect to your body, thereby picking up those red flags, as Anyeska is talking about, for injury prevention purposes.
And then the more aware you are of your body as well, then it's going to realign and allow your productivity, creativity, everything else to flow, whether you go more down the road of an energetic belief or TCM or anything like that. You're looking at the different energy flowing throughout the body, and that's all interrelated. So it really is very impactful. And just one last thing, so I wanted to keep it short because we were running a little late, is I did mention 2 weeks ago that I do gift vouchers and gift certificates as well that you can purchase for your staff or family members for Christmas. And just because I'm fully aware, like Marion alluded to, with the announcements that were made last week, there's been a massive increase in a lot of stress in a lot of areas, especially for those that work in healthcare settings. There's lots of conversations about that and the definitions, but just something to be mindful of, that a lot of people who work in healthcare settings have had an increase of stress from their work environments now. So just focus on that. And I would also like to offer, for every person who purchases 4 or more gift certificates from me, you as the purchaser, as in the people in this group only, if you purchase them, then you'll actually also receive a complimentary massage for yourself, which has $150 value. So if AJ purchases 4 for his staff, then he will also receive a complimentary massage. So I really believe that we need to be taking proactive approaches to our health.